How's it going, YouTube? And I'm very excited to bring you a second video. And I wanted to say thanks for all of the support on my very first video. We got around 30 or so views and also a couple of subscribers. So I just wanted to say thank you. And today I bring you a second video on a review of the Garmin Forerunner 230. The Garmin Forerunner 230, a GPS watch that doubles as a smartwatch and activity tracker, and it does all of these things pretty well. It is a circular form factor with 3 buttons on the left, 2 buttons on the right. The top button on the left is the power button, and is also the backlight button, which turns on the backlight. And then the bottom 2 buttons are your navigation and how you get to your settings from whatever page you are on. And then you have the 2 buttons on the right, which is the top button is the activity start button, which is how you get to your multiple activities. And these activities include running, biking, running indoor, and it tracks all of these pretty well. And then at the bottom right, you have the lap button, and it also serves as a back button. So if you ever need to get back to whatever previous screen you're on, that's how you're going to get back to it. Now, the watch's bands are basic sport bands, and they're pretty comfortable on the wrist. There's also the clip, which holds down the loose end of the band. And the clip has a notch on it, which goes right through the loose end of the band, holding it in place and making sure that this clip doesn't move anywhere, that it stays right where it is. Now, I have the black and white version, but there's also the forest yellow version and the purple stripe version. And the forest yellow is just pretty much just like lime green, kind of yellowish color with the black. Purple stripe is just purple and white. Now with this black and white version, it's black all around, but the inside of the bands are white. And there's also white around the display of the watch, which looks pretty nice. And it adds a minimalist look to it. Now to track an activity, all you have to do is hit the activity button, and then hit it again once you're on the activity. And then hit it again one more time to start the workout. Now that's pretty simple, and you can also select different activities by hitting the up arrow, and that'll bring you to a menu with other various activities. And I'll get to the apps part later. But overall, in terms of tracking, it is pretty accurate. I haven't tested it with Run Indoor because I haven't ran any indoors recently. But Run Indoor does not use GPS. Rather, it uses the accelerometer built into the watch and along with your steps and movement. No, I haven't tested it with biking either, but I imagine biking would be the same as running since they both use GPS. So the mileage tracking there is pretty accurate. Now, battery life on this thing is exceptional. I was able to only use 10% in one day. Now with GPS, it is a different story. It is going to take a little bit more battery life, but it's still not really that much. So in terms of battery life, you should be good. And for recharging, it doesn't take long at all. It only takes 1 hour to 2 hours, and then in return, you're getting a couple of days worth of a charge. Now let's get into the smartwatch portion of this watch. And with the smartwatch portion, all you're basically getting is notifications, and notifications actually come through really well. It's not only the notifications that like text messaging and phone calls, but it also uses notifications from other apps such as Facebook, Snapchat, and anything pretty much the whole 9 there. So say you get a notification on Facebook, someone messages you, it's going to pop up on this watch, which is pretty awesome since you don't have to go through your phone and then open it up just to look at whatever notification you have received. In order to connect to the phone, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is install the Garmin Connect app. And once you get in there, it's going to ask what device you're trying to pair. It's going to ask you for some basic information about you. And then from there, you're going to have to go to your watch's settings and go into the Bluetooth tab and basically pair the device. And once you're there, the device is going to pair and you're all done from there. Whoa, that rhymed. Now with the smartwatch portion, you're also able to view your phone's calendar. So if you have any dates coming up, and you're also able to view the weather. So just in case a storm is going to come, you can get your run in early, and this serves pretty well. And everything just pretty much works out pretty well for the smartwatch portion of this watch. Now, this watch doesn't only have GPS tracking and smartwatch capabilities, but it also has activity tracking. Now, it basically tracks your steps, your sleep, calories burned through your whole day, your distance throughout the whole day. Pretty much the whole 9 here with activity tracking. The only thing is that you're able to view the activities through the Garmin Connect app. And sometimes this information just isn't as good as other watches such as Fitbit in terms of how good it's tracking or it's telling how well you're doing with activities. But one feature that I do like about this activity tracking is that it automatically sets your amount of goal steps for the day. So for example, say you have 10,000 steps and you reach that goal and you get higher than it. And I find this pretty cool, especially if you're trying to get more active each and every day. This will definitely help with it. Now this watch also has what's called a move bar. What the move bar basically does is once it starts to fill up, it'll tell you to move. And this feature is quite awesome. I must say, I would catch myself sometimes sitting on my computer a lot, and then the watch will tell me to move and I would get up and move around. Now with this watch, I've done a couple of activities. Once you complete an activity, you'll be able to look at it on Garmin Connect. And on Garmin Connect, it shows your elevation, your pace, your cadence, distance, calories burned, time, everything, your stride length, and this can all prove to be very good for training. And after each run, it also shows a goal that you have achieved or an achievement that you have gotten. So maybe if you run your best time or your longest distance, it'll all show that on the watch and also on Garmin Connect. Now the watch is $250, which isn't too bad for a watch that can pretty much do everything you can possibly think of. The only thing that it can't do is certain activities such as swimming and golfing if you're into that kind of stuff. This is highly focused on runners. Now, as I said earlier, it does have the capability to install apps, and you can do this easily by going on your computer and going through Garmin Express. And what this Garmin Express does is it allows you to manage your apps on your watch and also to install apps. So you can install apps on this watch by basically just plugging it in your computer, going to the Connect IQ App Store, selecting the app to install, and then once you select it, it'll all come up in Garmin Express and everything will be sent to your watch. So in the Connect IQ App Store, you can also install different watch faces, but I really like the default watch face, so I'm just keeping it. You can also get different widgets in other apps. So would I recommend this product? Yes, I would recommend it. If you're looking for a watch that's going to be able to do smartwatch capabilities, track your activities throughout the whole day, great battery life, and you need something that's going to be able to track your runs accurately and that's going to help you train better, this is the watch to go with. And also, it's not bad of a price, especially if you're looking for a mid-range watch. This is a great watch to go with. Now, if you have any questions or comments, just put it in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.